In a world-shaking event a decade ago, portals popped up across the globe, spilling out creatures straight out of nightmares. Yep, things got wild real fast. These gates weren't just for show. They brought a parade of monstrous beings that looked like something straight out of a horror movie. With the gates wide open, terrifying monsters poured into cities, causing pandemonium and fear everywhere. Skeleton armies and otherworldly beasts joined the party, making the world a pretty dangerous place to be. Among the chaos, powerful creatures emerged, leading the monstrous charge with an ominous presence. Then, just when things seemed bleak, people started awakening with incredible powers. A new hope arose as these awakened individuals formed a new line of defense. And thus, the Awakened became legendary hunters. Welcome to the Awakened Specialization High School, where things are anything but normal. As we peek into this world, we find a hand clenched tight, hinting at the tension brewing beneath the surface. Our protagonist, battered and bruised, lies on the floor with an ice-cold declaration. Hurry and squirm around. This isn't your typical high school drama. Meet our main character, who reveals his so-called gift, the ability to regenerate. But this isn't the kind of power-up you'd want. Despite being an S-rank ability, our hero feels cheated. For him, this power doesn't spell invincibility, it spells agony. Every time he regenerates, the pain is excruciating. A close-up of his face, twisted in torment, drives the point home. When he regenerates, it's a scream fest, and it ain't pretty. Adding insult to injury, bullies at the school have a field day attacking him. But hey, they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? The bullies laugh, and it's like a broken record. Their laughter echoes cruelly as they continue their torment. Even when he's in pain there's a somber vibe as our protagonist sits alone, contemplating the fact that all signs of bullying have vanished. It's like the scars are gone, but the pain still lingers. The character muses about healing, hinting at a deeper wound that goes beyond the physical. What's the point of healing if nothing changes, right? Questions linger about authority figures like teachers and the police, who seem powerless against the real threats. These S-rank awakened individuals are in a league of their own, untouchable and basking in their power. Our mysterious narrator stands amidst chaos, with pillars shattered and icy shards everywhere. Clearly, things are getting intense. A group of 3 intimidating figures stand confidently, each exuding a unique aura of power. These guys get special treatment from the government, making them even more unapproachable. But despite everything, our protagonist hangs on, clinging to some glimmer of hope. In the midst of all the turmoil, there's a quaint little shop, a reminder of simpler times, maybe? And there it is, the heart of our hero's endurance, their mom. Sometimes love is the strongest force of all. Alright, so we have a warm scene in a cozy restaurant setting. A woman, looking like she's ready to serve up some delicious grub, spots her son. "Son, you're here? Come eat," she says with a smile, ready to welcome him to the table. The son sits down, and we dive into a bit of a backstory moment. He recalls, "My dad died when I was 5. It's a bit heavy, but it sets the stage for what's on his mind. We catch a glimpse of the son, suited up and chowing down. His mom asks the classic question, "How's school?" It's the universal parent inquiry, and he's got a mouthful of rice. More chat about school, but our guy seems a bit distracted. He's definitely got something big on his mind. Boom, he blurts out, "I can become a hunter." It's like he's been waiting to drop this bombshell, and his mom is all ears. Mom's reaction? A surprised really? She's taken aback by his ambition, but supportive as ever. Then we get a close-up of his intense eyes, glowing with determination. This dude is serious about his future plans. Finally, he takes another bite, thinking to himself, "Let's endure." It's clear he's got a lot to handle, but he's ready to face whatever comes his way. In a quiet moment of reflection over a simple meal, someone dreams of becoming a C-rank hunter. They're confident that with their ability, they can at least achieve that rank. While contemplating their future, they acknowledge that their income may not be substantial. Still, the hope of a better life shines through. The dream of moving to a better place fills the air. It might not be luxurious, but it represents a step up. With determination, the character expresses a desire for happiness, especially with their mom, emphasizing family as their driving motivation. A calendar marks a special day circled, their mom's birthday. It's a reminder of their goals and the importance of family. But then there's a twist. The character reflects further, hinting at deeper thoughts and possibly unfulfilled dreams. The scene shifts to another character, their face obscured, adding an air of mystery and tension to the narrative. Until those bastards. The words hang heavy in the air as we glimpse a hospital room. Someone's mom lies there, covered in bandages, a silent testament to violence and tragedy. They say it was an accident, but the heart knows better. The scene shifts, and we see a young man in a shirt and tie holding back tears. The room is filled with shadows, secrets, and the weight of unspoken truths. They coincidentally came to my mom's restaurant. The narrative shifts as we find ourselves in a lively eatery. A young man with striking blue hair is sitting at a table, making bold statements. "Whoa, you're really hot," he says with a cheeky grin. But the laughter fades as he claims to be an awakened, showing off his supposed power to make diamonds. "Crazy bastard," the waitress mutters, pulling away from him. An apology hangs in the air as items tumble, and the tension in the room is palpable. The scene opens with a character in utter despair, their scream echoing into a blood-red abyss. This intense emotional outburst seems to trigger a dark transformation, as shadows twist and form into something ominous. As the shadows take shape, a blood-stained cake with cherries appears, looking disturbingly out of place. It's as if a twisted celebration had just, amidst a backdrop of golden light filtering through the trees, a lone silhouette demands, "Why did you do it?" The question hangs heavy in the air, charged with emotion. Two people, one with striking white hair and the other a fiery redhead, crouch behind a rock, eyeing the mysterious figure standing defiantly on the path ahead. A sudden jolt of adrenaline hits as one of the pair springs up, eyes wide with disbelief, blurting out, "Who the hell's that?" as the figure strides closer. The figure, undeterred, repeats the question with a fierce intensity. "I asked why." Clearly, this isn't just any confrontation. The scene shifts to a close-up of a tense face, mouth agape in anger. "What the hell is he saying?" echoes the confusion. Suddenly, the question is clarified in a furious outburst. "Why did you do that to my mom?" The words cut through the air like a knife. A face contorted with rage and grief screams, "You fucking bastard!" The intensity of the moment is palpable. The white-haired character is revealed, though their face remains unseen, reacting with a sharp intake of breath. "Ah!" With wide, expressive eyes, the white-haired character responds, "She was your mom." The shock is evident. A smirk plays on the face of the one being confronted as they nonchalantly add, "She looks really young." Hehe. This adds a sinister twist to the encounter. The atmosphere thickens as amidst the burning hues of the sunset, a character declares, "For real," as ominous black slashes cut through the air. The tension is palpable. The scene shifts to the ground, where a person is sitting, while another dashes forward, ready to engage in what seems like a high-stakes conflict. Under an eerie sky, three guys stand menacingly, casting shadows in the orange glow. Something nasty is definitely about to go down. Suddenly, the scene gets intense. A blurred figure seems to be the focus of something sinister. Boom! One dude's chest just explodes in a fiery mess. Not a great day for him. One of our guys is mad, like really mad, screaming at the top of his lungs. It's about to get wild. Another guy, totally unfazed, just drops a sarcastic "wow." Guess he's seen it all. Things get crazier as spikes start raining down like some insane weather pattern. Three mysterious figures are back, and the one with the slick hair is pointing like he's about to drop the bass. That same slick-haired dude is now unleashing some serious dark energy. It's getting real. A shadowy figure is caught in a web of black energy. Things are not looking good. Amidst all this chaos, a bold voice asks, "Who do you think you are?" Seems like someone's not impressed. In a tense and heated moment, our protagonist is bleeding and bruised, but far from defeated. The word "loser" echoes in his mind, a taunt, or perhaps a self-reflection in this grim scenario. The struggle continues, with his blurred face showing the pain and struggle he's enduring. He's not down yet, and the sound effects intensify the scene. His anger boils over as he grits out a furious "phew," expressing his rage and the intense emotional turmoil within. In an explosive outburst, he screams, "Fucking bastard!" as his rage reaches a boiling point, eyes wide with fury and desperation. His hand reaches out, fingers stretched, as if grasping for hope or reaching for one last desperate move in this brutal encounter. The background blurs into streaks of motion, emphasizing the intensity and speed of the moment, as the focus remains on his determined gaze. His expression is one of raw emotion, mouth open in a cry of defiance, as he reaches out with all his remaining strength. The scene shifts to his hand, reaching out, bloodied and determined, underscoring his will to fight, despite the odds. The final image captures his foot, barely touching the ground, leaving a trail of blood, symbolizing the relentless struggle he's enduring. The scene opens with a shadowy silhouette amidst an explosion of energy, as three mysterious figures loom in the distance. The ground is stained with blood, hinting at a recent and violent confrontation. Two figures, unfazed, step over a fallen body. One of them, in a commanding tone, says, "Let's go," as if this chaos is just another Tuesday for them. Just when it seems all is lost, the fallen individual, lying in a pool of their own blood, reaches out. With a shaky hand, they grab onto a sneaker, forcing the world to pause. Desperation in their eyes, they ask, "Where do you think you're going?" Their grip tightens, refusing to let the story end here. Locked in an intense gaze, a blue-haired character with striking eyes looks down at them. The tension is palpable as the fallen one's face reflects their pain and defiance. The air is thick with tension as we dive into a chaotic scene. Blood is everywhere, and it looks like someone is having a really bad day. The intensity is off the charts, and you can feel the adrenaline pumping. A wide, fearful eye peeks through the chaos, glistening with desperation. It's like a train wreck you can't look away from, folks. The stakes are high, and it's clear that something big is about to go down. Boom! There's a fiery explosion, and it's not your average firework display. The scene is lit up like New Year's Eve, but this ain't a celebration. Someone's caught in the middle of this fiery chaos, and it's not looking pretty. The explosion sends shockwaves through the air, and everything's a blur of motion and madness. The intensity cranks up to 11, and it's a sight to behold. You can practically feel the heat and fury from here. As the dust begins to settle, a new face enters the fray. With a cool expression and a hint of disbelief, this mysterious character takes it all in. The atmosphere is charged with fury as a character yells out, "I'll kill you," with eyes burning like fire. The intensity ramps up as they continue with "all of you," targeting a group of figures lurking nearby. Among the group, one individual stands out, their back to us, confidently shouting, "I'll make sure of it." The tension is palpable as the scene unfolds, with our mysterious character caught in a whirlwind of emotions, repeating a string of expletives. It's clear that something has gone terribly wrong, and panic is setting in, painting the backdrop with chaos and confusion. A chilling scene opens with a character gasping, their face bloodied, letting out a strained sound of agony. You can almost feel the intensity pouring out of the page. The cries of pain escalate into a raw, primal scream, echoing through the darkness, as if the very air itself is trembling. Amidst the chaos, the character is thrashing wildly, fists pounding with relentless force. Blood splatters, painting a grim picture of the battle's brutality. The sound of blows continues to resonate, a relentless symphony of struggle and defiance. It's a haunting rhythm that just won't quit. The pounding persists, each strike a testament to sheer willpower, refusing to back down even as the night closes in. Amidst the turmoil, a battered hand emerges, clenched tight. It's a symbol of resilience, a fist raised against impossible odds. The thought of Diamond enters the scene, suggesting an indestructible challenge, an enemy as unyielding as stone itself. Yet, with a weary but firm resolve, the hand opens, implying there's no way something so hard could truly break their spirit. A moment of quiet descends as the character lies back, exhaustion etched into their features, the fight leaving its mark. The scene closes on a note of uncertainty, a simple, silent acknowledgement of the battle fought, leaving us hanging in suspense. Our hero is in a bad spot, barely able to breathe. The words on his lips, a desperate "fuck," has gasping, clawing for air that just won't come. Panic is setting in as he realizes, air, there's no air. His eyes widen in terror. The realization hits hard. There's no air. His mind races as the world closes in. Darkness looms, and his vision blurs. The struggle intensifies, but there's no relief in sight. Pain pierces through him, sharp and unrelenting. He's at the brink, losing consciousness, but something inside fights back. A burst of light floods his senses. His regenerative powers kick in, a double-edged sword keeping him painfully awake. His eye gleams with an unsettling glow, keeping him anchored in this nightmarish reality. In a shadowy world, an eerie hand claws through darkness. It's clear something intense is brewing. The narrative reveals that this regenerative power comes at a steep cost: pain. With a red glow, symbols surround a heart pulsing with agony. More of these haunting symbols appear, emphasizing the torment. A hand, battered and bruised, pushes through this sea of pain. Every moment is a struggle, the air thick with tension. A heart, pierced and bleeding, continues to endure. The mysterious figure's face is etched with determination, battling against the pain. Despite the overwhelming nature of this torment, a hand grips tightly, surrounded by ominous red symbols, intensifying the scene with tension and fear. The word painful pierces through, capturing the raw emotion as the struggle continues. The darkness deepens, bright red slashes adding intensity, creating a sense of impending doom. A mysterious figure begins to emerge, hinting at a shift in the narrative from chaos to calm. A serene woman appears, her calm presence contrasting the previous chaos, but something feels off. The tranquility is broken by the word "but," suggesting an unforeseen twist. In the heart of darkness, a mysterious figure is sprawled out on a jagged surface. His muscles are tense, and his face shows signs of a struggle. Whoever he is, he's not having the best day. The scene kicks off with a dramatic declaration, "so utterly," setting the stage for an intense emotional ride. Then we feel the weight of "powerless," a word that hangs heavy in the air, driving home the depth of despair. Our mysterious character lies beaten, surrounded by shadows, a visual echo of the powerlessness described. It's a tough spot, no doubt. Amidst the silence, a single word appears, "but." It's a small word with big implications, hinting at a shift. The scene opens with an ominous declaration, "This is how." There's an air of mystery and tension, right from the get-go. The camera pans down to reveal a lone figure lying on a jagged, shadowy surface. His body is tense, as if caught in a moment of vulnerability. In the shadows, a man's face emerges, battered and bruised, with a fiery, determined eye. It's the kind of look that says, "I've been through hell, but am not done yet." The darkness deepens, and we feel the weight of his struggle. The words "my mom" flash, anchoring us to a personal and emotional turmoil. Cut to a hospital room where a figure, wrapped in bandages like a mummy, lies still. This is someone important, someone who carries the weight of the man's fight. The phrase "feels at the moment" drops like a heavy anchor, wrapping us in their shared pain. Back to the man, his mouth contorted in a silent scream, as if wrestling with unseen chains. The darkness speaks again with red letters, a silent scream echoing in the void. Determination roars through the words "I'll get out," a promise, a challenge, and a spark of hope, all rolled into one. A fist punches through the air, radiating power and defiance. It's a promise of freedom, a signal that this fight isn't over. In a dimly lit scene, the words "no matter what" loom large over a battered figure. This person, though wounded, seems fueled by an unwavering determination to break free from their dire situation. The intensity builds as we see the struggle etched on their face. Despite being face down, their spirit roars with defiance against whatever binds them. The resolve deepens with "no matter how long it takes." This character is not just fighting against physical barriers, but time itself, showcasing their relentless spirit. A powerful fist strikes with force, emphasizing the character's fierce determination. It's not just about breaking chains, it's about breaking limits. With a resounding cry, the phrase "I'll get out" echoes. This is not a mere wish, but a declaration of war against their confinement. The scene shifts to a close-up of their eye, burning with a fiery determination. Each scar and wound only fuels their drive to escape. The vow continues with "I'll get," signaling their refusal to remain trapped. Every ounce of their being is committed to this escape. The phrase "out alive" seals their promise. It's not just escape thereafter, it's survival against the odds. The final scene, filled with the sound of a determined exclamation, leaves us. The page is drenched in a fiery red, swirling chaos. It's like someone unleashed a storm of scribbles on a black canvas, setting the mood for something big. The red chaos continues to spread across the page, each stroke more frantic and intense. It's like the scribbles are alive, whispering secrets of impending chaos. The red scribbles seem to be reaching a climax, as if the storm is at its peak. The energy is palpable, almost ready to burst out of the page. The scribbles start to thin out, trailing off into the distance. The intensity fades, hinting that something is coming to an end or transforming into something else. A blank canvas emerges. The storm is past. Silence and calmness now replace the chaos, leaving room for whatever comes next. Picture a cityscape sprawling like a maze of concrete dreams, a vast urban jungle stretching as far as the eye can see. As we zoom in, a giant screen comes into view, broadcasting a live show called Meeting Hunter. The hosts introduce us to the famous S-rank hunters, known for their heroic deeds and big hearts. A question is thrown their way. I heard you do volunteer work often too. The hunters nod, expressing how helping others brings them joy. The audience listens intently as the hunters share their passion for aiding those in need. And there they are, the trio of hunters, standing proud and humble. Applause fills the room. Wow, that's amazing. I heard you hurt a civilian 5 years ago. Our mysterious white-haired character is under the spotlight, literally, as he's being grilled about his past. Because of an ability outrage. The room is filled with silence, and the audience listens intently to this explosive revelation. With the audience in shadow, the tension is rising. Everyone's waiting for the next bombshell. She was my close friend's mom. Oof, that's a major plot twist. The guilt is real as he wipes a tear, the weight of the past hitting hard. It was when I was still a student, because I couldn't control my abilities well enough back then. A classic tale of teenage drama mixed with uncontrollable powers. What the actual? Our guy is flanked by two pals, one casually blowing gum as he's trying to process this whole mess. Oh, the drama. In the heart of a buzzing auditorium, someone stands in the spotlight, admitting I apologize to him, but the crowd's silence speaks volumes. Determined yet frustrated, the character continues, but I haven't been able to reach him since then. I want to apologize to him again. Clearly, there's unfinished business hanging in the air. Suddenly, the character tries to shout out, "I'm really sore," but is abruptly cut off by an unexpected event. A loud crash interrupts as something massive descends from above, leaving the audience in shock. Amidst the chaos, the character is nearly struck, but the scene quickly escalates into pandemonium. With a swift motion, a mysterious energy wraps around the character, creating a mesmerizing spectacle. The character looks bewildered, surrounded by a shimmering, crystalline force, and utters, "What the?" The scene is chaotic, with screams echoing through the auditorium. The crowd is in a frenzy. In the midst of the madness, someone yells, "A monster!" as panic grips the crowd. All right, picture this. A massive claw slams down with earth-shattering force, and someone screaming for everyone to run like their lives depend on it. The scene is pure chaos. The beast isn't just messing around. Its presence is looming, casting a shadow over some folks in red uniforms. Things are getting seriously intense. Then, boom, an explosive blast shakes the ground, and our mysterious white-haired character seems to be in the thick of it, holding his ground. The scene opens with an ominous atmosphere, where a powerful fist crashes into the ground with a resounding thud, leaving us to wonder about the force behind it. The fist, marked with blood and determination, stands defiantly amidst jagged spikes. A battered figure lies on the ground, pondering a simple yet profound question. How much time has passed? Complete darkness surrounds the scene, mirroring the uncertainty of the situation. The figure reflects on whether months or even years have slipped by unnoticed. Yet more darkness, hinting at the endless stretch of time. The realization hits that the diamonds surrounding this mysterious figure remain unscathed. Another black void, deepening the mystery. Yet, amidst all this, there's one thing that deep within that grave, something ominous is happening. The atmosphere is thick with tension as the scene cuts to an explosion of force. The sound of shattering echoes, and the darkness is pierced by a violent break, as if the very air is being torn apart. Amidst the chaos, the words "destroyed" loom, suggesting something immense has been obliterated. Another violent impact, the sound resonates, amplifying the destruction within. Suddenly, the scene shifts to reveal a body, or perhaps a presence, completely shattered. A thunderous boom follows, emphasizing the relentless cycle of destruction. Yet, as quickly as it was destroyed, the body begins to regenerate. It's a surreal and terrifying sight. The noise continues, underscoring the violent rebirth occurring within the shadows. Amidst all this, a single word stands out: pain. It's a raw, visceral reminder of the suffering endured. The final note is a splash of blood, stark against the darkness, symbolizing the brutal nature of this cycle. Amidst a chaotic sea of red, we're hit with the gritty imagery of blood splattering, flesh tearing, and bones breaking. It's a scene straight out of a nightmare, where pain is the only constant. The scene continues with the relentless focus on pain as an eye emerges, symbolizing witness to the torment. The atmosphere grows denser and more foreboding. The narrative takes a chilling turn as we hear about regeneration. But this isn't your typical superhero comeback. The pain that follows is described as something worse than death. Despite the horror, there's a sense of endurance. Even in this abyss, something persists, hinting in the depths of darkness, something sinister stirs. The atmosphere is thick with dread, as jagged patterns weave through the shadows, almost like claws reaching out. The bold red text screams on the page, leaving us with an unsettling feeling that something wicked this way comes. The darkness speaks volumes as the words "I continued on" linger in the void, setting a foreboding tone. Symbols in vivid red swirl mysteriously across the scene, their meaning shrouded in secrecy. The symbols intensify, spiraling downward like a cryptic spiral of fate. They continue to descend, creating an eerie sense of anticipation. A brief pause, as the blackness holds its breath before the storm. More symbols emerge, their bold red strokes cutting through the void like whispers of a hidden language. A sudden crack of energy appears, a prelude to something powerful. The symbols persist, unyielding, as if challenging the darkness itself. An eye forms amidst the chaos, its gaze piercing through the darkness, a harbinger of what's to come. Silence wraps the scene once more, the calm before the storm. The scene opens with a striking, bold red symbol, setting the tone with an intense energy. A fiery red eye emerges from the darkness, staring intensely as if ready to unleash chaos. Suddenly, the scene shatters into fragments, a cascade of black and white pieces falling. The chaos clears to reveal a character with wild pink hair, eyes fierce and determined. Finally, we meet another character with a rugged look, a piercing glinting as he grins, ready for action. The scene bursts with explosive energy, leaving everyone in shock and awe. Sounds of impact echo as a figure makes a grand entrance, throwing the room into disarray. The mysterious figure is shrouded in shadows, exuding an aura of menace. The intensity of their presence is undeniable. A character's expression is frozen in a mix of surprise and fear, eyes locked on the source of the chaos. Close-up of the character's eye, reflecting the formidable figure. A shadowy silhouette looms, hinting at a powerful and unknown entity. The full view of the mysterious figure reveals a muscular build with an intimidating stance, clad in dark, armor-like skin. The figure's legs and feet are shown, emphasizing their strength and readiness for action. A dramatic panel sets the mood, with a bold declaration hanging in the air. "Try, if you can even get out," challenges the mysterious figure, leaving those present to ponder their